The Thing! Alright, check it out. This is Movie Club. I started off another episode. I'll probably cut out the part where I introduced that we're going to do Movie Club. Instead, it turned into an episode that was a invitation for Movie Club, where I invite for all the movies that I'm going to watch and through October. This week, we're doing The Thing. John Carpenter. John Carpenter's The Thing. It was 1982, I believe. It's actually a remake of this Howard Hawks production of The Thing from Another World. This is a 1951 RKO picture. And then we've got a sequel to the John Carpenter one, but it's sequel, reboot, prequel. So this is a reboot of The Thing, remake, reboot, whatever. And then we've got a sequel, prequel, reboot for today's audience. Anyways, this was 2010, I think. But the biggest difference on this original one was that the monster is like plant-based, like like his cells have like cell walls, like a chloroform or something. I don't even remember. It's been a while since I've watched this. But these two movies, they are extra credit for Movie Club. They're awesome. If you liked this one, go check these out. The original or the remake, prequel, whatever. Now on to The Thing. This is my favorite horror movie, I believe. I throw favorite around a lot. I'll say one of my favorites, let's say. But it's all about suspicion. It's all about the idea of body snatchers, someone who's going to steal your identity. It's really scary, and the idea of just mistrusting someone who's next to you. They could be the thing. They could come and get you. It plays into that suspicion. And one of the things that this movie does really, really right is, even in the years since this movie has come out, there's theory videos. There's, who is the thing at what point in the movie? At what point did they become transformed? What does the ending mean? The ending is a little vague. I'm hoping that you've watched this since you're here talking to Movie Club. First rule of Movie Club is, if you're going to be here without seeing the movie, I hope this makes you go see the movie. And if you don't, you're crazy, but I hope you've seen the movie if you're here. That's the first rule of Movie Club. The second rule of Movie Club is do not talk about Movie Club. Just kidding. The third rule of Movie Club is no more Fight Club references. Back to The Thing. There's a game that my kids have been playing lately on their cell phones, tablets, computer. It's called Among Us. And they were describing the game itself. It's like, there's several players, let's say 10 players. One of those players is an imposter, and their goal is to sabotage this, starbase or whatever it is that the game map is. But they go around, they destroy like the air systems, all the systems keeping everything together, and then they murder players behind their backs. And every once in a while, everyone meets and they take a vote and they will kill someone. And the whole, it's if anyone's played Mafia, like a in-person party game, it's very similar to Mafia. And Among Us, when they described this to me, I'm like, holy crap, you guys, there's a movie of this game. It's The Thing, like this guy even looks like the little characters, like a little spaceman or something. But anyways, that game gave me the opportunity to introduce this movie to my oldest. And when she saw this movie, when we watched it together, she would be like, oh dude, this is exactly like the game. This is just like Among Us. And I'm like, there you go. I knew you'd like this. She really loved it. She said it was really, really good. She was really impressed with the practical effects in the movie. And, everyone's impressed with the practical effects. It has some of the best monster stuff that you'll see anywhere. And the fact that it's not CG, that it's like practical animatronics and just gross goop and stuff, it's just awesome. Like watching the monster transformations, watching someone's head, rip off their body and spawn legs and crawl around. There's a part in It, Chapter 2, I believe, the newest It movie, Stephen King's It, Pennywise, where a character's head sprouts legs and spider legs and starts crawling around. That's very much a shout out to The Thing, because the idea of a spider head, this is what you think of when you think spider head, But anyways, Among Us, I've actually never played it yet, but my kids love it, and I love that I had an excuse to introduce them to The Thing. I keep holding this up. It's actually really fun. But anyways, where are we? Oh, every time, one thing this movie does really good is every time you watch it, you wanna come back to it. It's a mystery every time. You're investigating. Like every time I watch it, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna keep an eye out on this. And you kind of, who could have been the Thing? Is that when they turn into the Thing? There's a part in the movie where Wilford Brimley's character, he has a pencil with a little eraser tip at the end, and he's poking at it during an autopsy and talking about, every cell in this monster is still alive, and and he puts the pencil tip to his lip for a second. And so it's like one of those things where you're like, did the actor do that on purpose? Was that an intentional, that's when he could have been infected? Like the cells got into his body through his mouth. There's a part where MacReady, Kurt Russell, he throws the, an explosive at a monster, and he blows up. And if you've ever been close to anything that's blown up, even if it's just in the sand, like a firework, sand flies everywhere. Pieces of debris fly everywhere. It's a freaking bomb. It's a stick of dynamite on a monster that every single cell of it is now, holy crap, is now scattered on this, this base. And if anyone was they breathe in the fumes of little bits and debris. Everyone could have been infected at that point. The ending of this movie is very suspicious. Now, again, I'm hoping that you've seen the movie. Big spoiler warnings, everything. But MacReady, Kurt Russell, and Knowles, which I can't remember the actor's name. He's a really, really great actor. He's the Dr. Chevalier from, or is it Doctor? Anyways, something Chevalier from Princess and the Frog. He's the voodoo man, and he's also in a ton of other movies. They Live, the one with the sunglasses, which are actually kind of like these guys. Oh, the sunglasses that can see aliens. I think it's called They Live. Yes. And that's another John Carpenter movie. John Carpenter movie, call out, shout out, accidental reference. Sorry. Anyways, he's in that movie too. But back to The Thing. Kurt Russell or MacReady and Knowles, I'm pretty sure it's Knowles, they meet up after the base has been blown up, after everyone's dead and it's just them two and the base is burning in the back, and they know that they're pretty much going to die. But it's two guys, and this monster needs to get two people alone to really do some damage and transform, because otherwise there's no point in using the energy to transform. But they meet at the end, and MacReady, who's an alcoholic, he has all these bottles that he's made into Molotov cocktails, but I'm pretty sure he got empty bottles, and he's filled those Molotov cocktails with gasoline to use to start fires and stuff. But as the end of the scene approaches, he's got this bottle, and you're thinking, is he going to now torch himself because he thinks maybe he got infected and the cells are getting in there, and maybe he's still himself at that point? Maybe he's going to torch himself, make it easy. Maybe he's going to freeze, because they don't want to freeze and leave the alien for other people to come and discover, which, like I said, with all the explosions, that'll probably happen anyways, if you go with that theory, or if that destroyed it and obliterated it. But anyways, back to the ending. He's sitting there with this bottle, And he's like, yeah, and then Knowles comes up and is like, are you the thing? No, are you the thing? We killed it. Maybe we'll just hang out here and find out what happens. But MacReady hands him the bottle, and Knowles takes a drink. Now, if this was something that, if MacReady was the monster, maybe some of his saliva or, his little cells are on the bottle, and that could be a point to infect Knowles, So, again, strange that Knowles takes a drink, but he's trusting, whatever. But if it was gasoline and Knowles didn't react, then he's the alien not knowing what alcohol tastes like. You know what I mean? Like, maybe he doesn't realize that that's gasoline. So maybe MacReady's like, hey, maybe that's him. That's, but you don't know, because that's when the movie boom, 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 and fades out. But another little cool theory thing that I've seen online, I think it was actually on one of the Blu-rays, like Blu-ray release of the movie had a thing that was talking about the lighting. Is one, like the director of photography, I believe. He mentions that if there was a shine in the eye, then they're human. But if there's no shine in the eye, they're infected. They're the thing. And if you go back and watch and this was an intentional thing that the director of photography or the lighting guy that he did to give a visual clue to people watching at home. That's just one of those subtle hints. And if you go back and watch it, the characters who have the thing they have darkness in their eyes. And at the end of the movie, Knowles has dark eyes and MacReady has a shine in his eyes. So there's one of those possibilities. And now I hope that some of you want to go back, pop in the movie and watch it, and watch the bits in the eyes and be like, oh, who's infected, who's not. That's one of the beauties of this movie, is you get these little hints and these little theories, and it just makes you want, it's so well done, it's such a good movie that you just want to go back and watch it again and see, what, maybe I'll pay attention. I see, you're right, the light in the eyes is not there on the scene. But anyways, The Thing, this is one of my all-time favorite movies. Got me talking about Among Us, Mafia. I'll give you the rules of Mafia real quick, just because it's one of my favorite in-person party games. You get a hat or a bowl, you write down on a piece of paper, citizen, 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 depending on how many people. Let's say 10 people are playing. You do 9 citizens and then 1 mafia. Some people will add a detective. And I like to play with a detective. So let's do 8 citizens, 1 detective, 1 mafia. Now, sometimes you can do 2 mafias, which is kind of, again, I'll get back to the rules of the game, but you could do two mafias, 1 detective, 7 citizens, or 1 mafia, 1 detective, 8 citizens. We're going to do that mode. You write down the roles on the piece of paper, you have everyone draw out of the hat, and then you have them give them back and remember your, thing. Now, it's a game where you sit in a big circle and someone dies. Like Clue, the board game Clue. Someone is dead and everyone's there, and it's a tale of suspicion, and you're like, who has reason to kill them? Who has, everyone takes a vote. Did you kill the citizen or did you kill the mafia? It's a fun murder party game. And Among Us is a cool video game version of that. And The Thing is a cool movie version of that. Now, that's a cool party game to play. Like I said, I feel like it's worth mentioning just because it plays into are they who they're talking about. You can have someone tell you right to your face, I am not the mafia. Like, if I was the mafia, I could tell you right now. I'm very unconvincing right now because I'm on the spot. This is all unscripted. Movie Club is unscripted. Fireworks. Anyways, I'm a little crazy right now. I'm going too far. Let's tone it down. Let's dial it back. This is a great movie. I'm gonna carry on. I'm hitting the 15-minute mark, so this is it. The Thing is great. Among Us. Mafia, go and party. Come back and watch my movie clubs on Monday. We'll talk about things. Dan, you know who you are. You mentioned to me on Facebook or Instagram or something that this is one of your favorites, and I already knew that because we've talked about it in person. Whoop. But yeah, if you guys want to comment about what you thought of the movie, anything cool that you thought was relevant, leave it in the comments of the video. You know, I'll see it. Like, I'm still such a tiny enough YouTube show that I have time to go read the comments to whatever. And yeah, if you drop my video a like, subscribe, come back Monday, do whatever you want, like, I'm not forcing you. Leave me a dislike if you hate my guts and then block me. I don't know, if you think I'm annoying for posting these videos. I'm going to keep doing it because it's fun. Come back to next movie club. Come hang out. Come hang out with an unscripted Magnus who's talking to this phone like a crazy person. It's kind of fun. And it's a great movie. I love The Thing. One last thing. My daughter who watched the movie, she loves Red Dead Redemption 2. And she mentioned to me that Kurt Russell is basically Arthur Morgan. She's like, oh, he's like totally Arthur Morgan, which I guess it's cool that she was able to see MacReady in all of his hairy, bearded glory in this movie as similar to one of her video game heroes. She loves Red Dead Redemption 2. So awesome. I love this movie. I love Kurt Russell. I love John Carpenter. I love The Thing. I love you guys. I love all these movies that I'm going to talk about. Come back for Movie Club next Monday. Next Monday, I want to do Blade Trinity. We're going to do Blade Trinity next Monday. Come back, hang out. I'm going to try to keep looking here instead of looking at the screen because it's weird that I'm always just looking off to the side. But I'll look at the camera more often. Have a good day. I'm going to keep these simple. Blah. Peace.